Hello, my fellow dragons, and welcome back to my channel where the dragons gather. Today, we are gathering to see the continuation of my Aspiration Muse series, in which I create a muse for each of the Sims 4 aspirations. Today, we are covering the Star Wars aspiration. Yep, just pausing for controversy there. Yep, okay, right, back into it. You may not believe this, but the unedited version of this video is 3 hours and 44 minutes long. That means I spent 3 hours and 44 minutes creating this one sim. So now you see how much editing I have to do, and you guys should be really grateful about how short I make these videos. It is a lot of work trying to shrink these things down, because apparently I lost my mind with this one, because I spent literally 3 hours on it. But my mischief sim, admittedly, I've lost the second half of my footage, but the main part of that video is all the way up to, I think, winterwear. No, summerwear. And that was 44 minutes long. This one was harder than the mischief sim. That says a lot. So, you can see here, I am trying really hard to find outfits that I think fit into the Star Wars universe. In the end, I think I ended up channeling more Padme and General Leia. But, I mean, I could have just picked a Wookiee outfit. That would have been easier, wouldn't it? Just a Wookiee. And then every single outfit is just a Wookiee. Wish I'd done that now. Would have been a lot quicker. Would have been a lot easier as well. Because trying to find outfits that I've picked for their general use and the fact that I can use them in multiple situations means finding an outfit that fits with Star Wars so much harder than it should have been. Really, just really. And thank you, Regina Raven, who once again came to my rescue with these absolutely stunning boots. Also, trying to find things that don't clip and interfere with other outfits was really difficult. Oh, and then you just saw me messing around with Regina Raven's accessories. This is one of the reasons I love this particular creator, because they do create things that go over different outfits. It's just stunning. I was trying to find like the most over the top crystally type outfit I could find. I layered upon layered with this outfit just to give a sense of that sort of otherworldly kind of fashion, which I'm not great at. I'm not great at fashion generally, but this was particularly difficult, trying to find hairstyles and makeup choices that really pushed the idea of another world's personal aesthetic. I absolutely love this dress though. The pattern on it and silver really made me think sci-fi, which is why I went with it. And then you'll see I've changed the boots here because that's when I realised that the boots were interfering with the pattern on the dress, so I couldn't keep them. The dress was just so beautiful, I just couldn't replace it, and it was a really tough choice to choose between the boots and the dress, but I picked the dress because there were more boot options that I could choose, so that's why the dress stayed but the boots went. So if anyone's a bit upset about that, that's why I chose it that way. It was kind of the only option I really had. So these crystal things under her eyes are again Regina Raven. I think they're meant for more of a vampire aesthetic, but they come in so many swatches that I managed to find some ones that are sort of more silvery crystally, and I ended up using those instead because I felt they were quite sci-fi. The little harness is really cute, but I don't know where I found that. You'll see me using a lot of black and silver in this particular outfit, and a lot of accessories that seem out of place for maybe a normal sim. I think I was just really trying to channel that idea of a sort of like the old sci-fi movies that were sort of really like silver was the proof that it was like a technologically advanced civilization. I tried layering upon layering with this, but I think there's a level that goes from aesthetically pleasing to overlaid, just too busy and just looks ridiculous. So it was trying to walk this fine line between making her look like she comes from an advanced and maybe more affluent background than making her look like she had just thrown on every accessory she owned and gone to a party. So you do see me adding things and then taking them off quite a lot. It leads us to the athletic wear, and I did like this silky top. I thought it was quite Padme-ish, but I thought if she's working out, I just saw it getting caught in the equipment and I couldn't get past that. So I did love these little flowy trousers. I did think they were quite anime-ish, and then I paired that with the top that I thought would probably be more suitable if you're using things like weight machines, but also trying to keep that aesthetic of what I expect to see in a Star Wars kind of universe. So I went for this top because I thought it was kind of revealing, but also kind of like closely fitted. So it would be breathable in that sort of environment, but also wouldn't hopefully get caught in anything. Then I messed around with some hairstyles. I did have it pulled back, and then I decided to go with a more loose flowing kind of hairstyle. I guess at that point I decided this outfit was probably more based around sort of yoga or something like that than necessarily heavy lifting, so I just went with that with the hairstyle too. Not much to say about the nightwear. I thought the silk outfit looked quite anime-ish again. It looked soft and sort of kind of sexy, and I just went with it. That's also a Civics outfit. Did love this outfit for a party wear. I know it's from Merlin. I love Merlin, but I did think it also would have fit quite well into a Star Wars universe, but I just couldn't get past the idea of where I'd seen it previously was fantasy and not sci-fi. Did love this dress as well. I thought that was quite Padme. And then there was this other dress which I thought was around the same, but I was kind of don't want to go too far down that route because she's not supposed to be Padme. It's just sort of channeling that aesthetic from Star Wars. Did like this. Thought it was more Star Trek than Star Wars, so didn't go for it in the end. Just kept looking through my options until I found something that I felt was more appropriate for her. I did try out a lot of colour options too. As I say, this sim took me the longest out of anyone I've made. And I think I was just trying so hard to get it just right that I think that's where the problem came in, and I just put too much pressure on myself. This dress is Regina Raven. I did try it for a little bit because I thought it looked kind of tentacly, but in the end I didn't think it really fit as well as I wanted it to, so I gave up on that one. I also tried this little outfit here, which is also Regina Raven, the trouser outfit, but again just couldn't make it fit this aesthetic as well as I wanted to. This outfit here, I think I did eventually change this to the formal outfit and replace this outfit here, the party outfit, with the one I originally picked for formal. I decided this looked more formal to me than the outfit I ultimately chose. I love those accessories as well. I think they're Regina Raven as well. I thought the crystals on the hands just looked really nice. And again, just playing around with layers to just really push that idea of sci-fi aesthetic. These are all Regina Raven as well, and they just look so cute and sexy, and I just absolutely love them. You can also put gloves on just one hand, which is another Regina Raven thing, or you can put them on both, and I absolutely love that. You can just have one accessory, and it just looks so amazing. Hence why she's only got the one glove on the one hand here. I think my biggest problem about creating videos is it wouldn't usually take me as long to make a muse. It would take me a while, but not this long. And I think making videos to the internet makes me feel a little bit vulnerable because I'm open to criticism from complete strangers who know nothing about me. And I think that's why things like this take me so long, because someone else could look at it and say, well, this is not Star Wars. I don't know what you were thinking. And maybe it's not. But this is my interpretation of the Star Wars muse for The Sims 4. Does that make sense? It's much more niche than this is Star Wars and I'm creating a Star Wars character. This is my interpretation of the character for a specific game. I hope that makes sense. Again, not much to say about the swimwear. I just picked something that was sort of like flame red and went, yeah, that looks perfect. We'll go with that. I didn't really have much thought behind that one, I don't think. I didn't really know how to make a Star Wars swimming costume, really. That led on to hot weather, and I'm just playing around with all my options, and again, a lot of Regina Raven's stuff. I know I go on about Regina Raven a lot, but Regina Raven has a Patreon, but most of these outfits are actually free. And I really appreciate that from a content creator. I don't have the most money in the world, unfortunately. So, I mean, if I ever manage to make enough, I will absolutely support her on Patreon. But for now, I can't. So the best I can do is try and draw attention to her and draw traffic in her direction. So originally with the summer outfit, I was going to play it tame, but really this is kind of the only chance I'm going to get to really push the sci-fi boat out. With other muses, I can mess around with fantasy a lot more, but with her, she really was sci-fi, and that's not an aesthetic I usually choose. So, I mean, she does kind of look, I guess, cyber club, but it kind of fits. I can see her in a cantina in that outfit, so I went with it. The fact is, she's got outfits that fit for different occasions and different areas. She has things that she could wear around the Senate, and she's got things she could wear in a Tatooine cantina, and she'd fit in perfectly well. And that's the point, really, here, is that she could fit into any situation just by changing one outfit. And that is part of her appeal. And then that led to the cold weather wear, where we see her wearing something that I think is kind of Jedi-y in the fact that it's loads of flares on top of each other and really thick, which, in my opinion, is kind of how Jedi tend to dress. Like the idea that even the smallest amount of flesh being exposed could lead to you going down the dark side. So they are kind of always covered up quite considerably. So that's why I went with that. Did love this cloak. Thought that was quite Leia-y, but I couldn't find an outfit that a hairstyle that didn't clip through and ruin the whole aesthetic, and that was kind of a shame because I really wanted to make that nod to Leia from Winter as a Princess as opposed to Leia as a general. At the end of the day, if Star Wars has taught me anything, I think it's that no matter what you look like or how you dress, you can still kick ass, and that's what I'm trying to channel with this sim. With this outfit, this eventually becomes the party outfit, and the party outfit eventually replaces this outfit. So at the end, you will see how it all comes together. It's just a little bit confusing to explain right now. Apparently, I must have wandered away from the desk for a few seconds because I just stopped doing anything with her for a moment there. I did try and cut that down. It was actually longer. I thought I'd clipped it better than that, but I haven't. Anyway, back to the sim. Again, messing around with some Regina Raven gloves. It's difficult sometimes when you're using creations from different, well, from different creators, because sometimes it will clip. So it's hard just trying to find that balance. I gave her wings, which I didn't think looked out of place with this particular aesthetic. Kind of works in the end because it's sci-fi. You can get away with saying anything sci-fi, I think. No prizes for guessing who was the inspiration for this hairstyle, unfortunately. I think it's all pretty much clear. This isn't the kind of dress I'd normally put one of my Sims in because it's a bit more revealing than I would have for an average Sim on a day out. But again, the Star Wars universe, I kind of feel like you can push this kind of outfit. It kind of fits still. So this is my opportunity to use it, and I went with it. As you can see, I wasn't sold on it initially, and I went back and forth through the other options I'd already chosen for other outfits, and I changed this dress a lot, trying to work out what kind of aesthetic I really wanted for formal. The problem with the Star Wars outfits I'd chosen was that they were already so dramatic that it meant that her true goddess form was a lot less dramatic than it was for other Sims. So I was struggling really hard to try and find something that stood out enough to be sort of a big reveal. So hence why I'm going through so many options. Oh, I do love that cute little leatherish kind of corset and jacket. I think it's so sweet. I have used it on other Sims before, but I just couldn't use it here, unfortunately. It just didn't quite fit. And again, I want a sort of like dramatic reveal of her like true form. Then I messed around with some other accessories, trying to make this thing fit a bit better before I think I eventually just gave up and decided that I wanted the party outfit to be the formal outfit. I even tried separates, which I rarely do for a formal outfit. I usually just pick a dress and I'm done with it. Yeah, here we go. This is where I've changed it over. And you can see I've really layered up the face here to really make it dramatic. I'm not sure. I think that's sort of borderline OTT. Yeah, I did take some stuff off because of that. But that's what I mean. There's a limit between sci-fi and too much. And because her face accessories were so dramatic, I did go back and try and mess around with some other accessories, try and balance it out a little bit. Just something to make it seem less dramatic that her face looked that way and a little bit more balanced to create a more aesthetically balanced look rather than everything being quite top heavy as it was here. I love these little cute accessories that go around the fire. They're just so cute and sexy. Anyway, that leads us to the party wear. Again, Regina Raven. Absolutely love Regina Raven. But I couldn't make this one quite work the way I wanted it to, so I gave up on that in the end. It took a lot of trying different options before I went back to that green starry kind of dress. In the end, I kind of decided that's the sort of thing you could probably wear to a party, and it would look out of place in the normal Sims world, but if you set it in the Star Wars universe, not necessarily Batuu, but if you said it in the Star Wars universe in general, I think it would work. So that's why I went for it in the end. Added a little bit of an accessory just to balance it out a little bit, and later I realised I hadn't done her makeup, so I went back and did that. So you'll see in the last bit where I go through everyone that I had actually adjusted her makeup. And I think that brings us to the end of this video, my fellow dragons. So thank you so much for sticking around and listening to me ramble on and on about Star Wars and my aesthetic for this particular sim. I really do appreciate it, and I hope you have a really fantastic day, and I hope you will rejoin me in the next video. Take care, my darlings. Goodbye.